as evil, insane, manipulative. Who are you?
Call the Alan Cox Show, 216-578-1007 or 1-800-3...
John's in Sealy Lake. Joe is in Virginia City, Montana. The state of Montana has just banned TikTok.
Oh, man.
And there are a lot of states where they banned it for government employees. They're like, look, this is mostly Chinese malware. Last thing we want is you people dicking around on government-issued phones. I don't know how you enforce this. Greg Gianforte is the governor of Montana. He's a real piece of work. This is the dude that, like, body slammed a reporter a few years ago when he was on the campaign trail. Remember that guy?
Mm-hmm. Cool guy.
He's a real douche. But he's wants to protect Montanans' private data from the Chinese Communist Party. So, again, I guess if you're a creator in Montana and you're on TikTok,
it's over now.
I guess
move on
so.
over to Instagram.
I mean, between things like this and just the algorithms native to the platforms changing all the time, I don't know how anybody makes money anymore. You know, people at large might be kind of dismissive of people who make their living on social media. They might think it's frivolous or whatever, but it's a lot of work.
It is a
hustle. And you have to, it's a hustle. You got to game the system. And just one day they can go, oh, we're not going to do this anymore. Or
the companies themselves will be like, yeah, we're not paying you anymore.
Right.
Yeah, like we're like, oh, we used to pay
this much, now like it's this much.
Now we're not doing that.
Yeah. So, again, it's very thinly veiled that TikTok pretty much just sends the data to the Chinese government, even though they kind of deny that. So you can understand why state governments might not want that information on there. But, again, I don't know how you enforce that in a state.
Well, isn't like you can't access the IP address or whatever.
Something like that.
Because isn't porn banned in Utah?
Well,
you need a VPN. You gotta
get around it.
Prove your ID.
Yeah, you gotta
prove
your
some
age.
Sort of, something like that.
But these things are all very easy to get around. And I would think, frankly, for these people crowing about freedom, that this infringes on you doing what you want to do on your own phone. And it's not like these companies are going to push back. It's not like Apple's going to push back on what a state does with their laws. And I imagine this will be immediately challenged in court, too. This isn't something you can just go, all right, this is more performative than anything else. Is red state governors like, I don't want the Chinese. First they gave us COVID, and now they're getting us with TikTok. Whatever it is. But if you are, let's say you're one of our bureau chiefs in Montana and you're a content creator, life might get tougher for you. Hey, how are you going to celebrate Mailbox Improvement Week? Have you thought about this? I've really been giving this a lot of thought, and I thought I'd pick your guys' brains about it. How are you planning? I know we've all been making plans for quite some time. How are you planning to celebrate Mailbox Improvement Week next week?
Well, I don't really have a mailbox like that. My mailbox is in a mail room.
What?
At my condo in the building. So it's not like you can't really do anything. They're just like metal boxes.
You're not going to gussy it up?
You can't really do that.
But dazzle it. Put some gems on it or something.
And when I have a little green sticker on it, I know I got a package. But I don't want to gussy it up because the guy's got to be able to get into it easily.
I mean, we work rather, on the ground floor of a residential building, so all the mailboxes out here for the residents, I brought in green paint and a roller. I'm going to go over all of them.
That's how mailboxes. I think that's a federal offense.
That's how I'm improving the mailboxes here at work. I thought we were really all drilling down in this. There's a mailbox at Casa Santora, I assume.
There is, but ours is one of those that, like, is just a slit that goes into the house.
Yeah. Oh, you have a mail slot in the door?
Yeah. Well, not in the door, in the house.
You have a slot in the house?
Yes.
In the body of the house?
Yes.
Like where they used to put milk?
No, it's where mail goes.
Just like a mail slot.
It's just a mail slot in the house.
That's it. It's a mail slot, and then it goes into like an angled part of the house. It's in the wall. And then we open it on the inside, and there's the little compartment. And
like a laundry chute for the mail.
Kind of, yeah. So ours can't really be gusset. I guess there's like an outside portion, but we couldn't be like hanging stuff.
I'm 0
from
for
it.
2.
Yeah.
Poundcake, what is your mailbox situation?
There's one at the front of the house, and one says up and one says down. Because I live in duplex.
Oh, you're in an up and down.
Mm-hmm. And it always.
Is there any way to improve your mailbox?
Yes, there is, because even though it says up and down.
Finally.
Even though it says up and down, they still put my neighbor's stuff in my mailbox. I'm like, bruh, it says up and down.
I went to get the mail on Saturday, and there was a set of keys in our mailbox. And I go, okay, well, if the carrier, it's probably unlikely that the carrier had his keys in his hand and just happened to drop them in with the mail. You'd hear that. So I was like, how did these get in my mailbox? So I don't know if somebody was like walking by and somebody dropped keys on the ground and they were like, I'll just put them in this mailbox. Maybe they thought they were mine because they were on the side. I have no idea. I drove them over to the cop shop.
Good for you.
Well, because I didn't know what to do.
Citizen.
I didn't know what to do because at that point, the post office was already closed. This is like 3 p.m. So I'm like, well, what do? I don't know what the protocol is if you find keys.
Yeah, probably just.
Drove them over to the police station.
Or go around neighbor to neighbor testing keys on their doors.
There you go.
See
That's
which
a good
one
way
it
to do
opens. Right?
No, it was like a car fob.
Well, if it's got
then
that, then you just go around and just start clicking the button.
Start hitting the horn.
And it had, God, I wish I did. It didn't even occur to me to do that.
It didn't occur to you, just hit panic until one of the cars went off and then you found out whose car it
I'm
is?
so not, well, first of all, it sounds like work. I'm so
No,
not.
Oh,
no
but you
more
don't like
work
to be. You like being busy. This is a great way to be busy.
I was
Hold on.
already busy. It's not like I was sitting around with my thumb up my ass and I stumbled onto some keys. I'm in the middle of stuff.
No one said anything about your thumb or your ass.
I'm such not a rule breaker. That would have been a
no
great
more-
idea to walk around and hit the button until somebody's car went off.
It's no more work than getting in your car and driving to the police station.
Except if it was somebody's car keys, they would have had their car keys. Like,
Or unless it came out of they're on a walk and it came out of their shorts.
yeah.
Yeah, they're on a walk and
It
fell out of
had
their
the
pants.
Heinen's card. It had the giant. It had a whole bunch of what do they call them?
Loyalty card.
Loyalty cards. Had Heinen's and Speedway. They all look brand new. Like my Heinen's and Giant Eagle, like little keyring things, are just shredded. I can't believe the barcode even reads anymore when I go grocery shopping. These look like pristine. So yeah, took it over. And the girl sitting there, by the way, it's dead quiet at the police station. It's a Saturday afternoon. Lights are barely on. At first, I didn't think anybody was back there, but I'm like, well, somebody's got to be here all the time. There's a girl behind the window. She goes, I can help you over here. Young girl. I don't know if she's a trainee or what. But like she's all tatted up. And she had a dispatch polo on. I was like, man, you're seeing that a lot. Where like law enforcement, military, they need warm bodies. So they don't have the luxury anymore of having real stringent rules. Used to be like, you have a tattoo? You can't work for us. Now they don't give a rat's ass. Like, yeah, get up in here. Want to do this? So I gave her the keys.
What'd she do with them?
Well, she asked for my ID and I had to sign something. I go, well, you don't need all this.
Well,
Here's
she needs
some
to know you
keys.
didn't steal them.
If I stole them, why would I be turning them into the police station?
prom.
Guilt.
Perfect crime. Yeah,
Because if you stole the keys
I
and then
stole
took
this,
everything out of the car
Mm-hmm.
and then turned the keys in, you don't want the car, but you got their purse or their money or whatever.
How did I get to the police station?
You have your own car. You're not going to drive a stolen car to the police station. You're not that dumb, are you?
Wait a second. I stole everything out of a car and then took the keys to the police
Yes,
station?
perfect crime, because they're never going to think that you stole the stuff out of the car if you're the one who turned in the keys.
Boy, you've really
Hey, I
thought
found
this
these
through.
keys. I mean, I found out about it 8 seconds ago when you told us about it. I just have the mind of a criminal, I guess.
I guess
Can
you
we
do.
think of more
you
perfect
do have the
crimes?
mind of a criminal.
I love thinking of perfect crime.
That's a
Perfect crime.
perfect crime.
It's a perfect crime.
But that's probably why they needed your ID.
Mm-hmm.
In case stuff went missing, they're like, well, call this guy. He's the one who somehow randomly had the keys. Likely story. They were put
Right, but
in
they
your mailbox.
no, but they
Okay.
can't disprove that they were in my mailbox. They can't disprove my story.
They also can't disprove that you stole all the crap.
fingerprints.
No, but
though.
He wore gloves.
That's coincidental.
It's not coincidental.
Yes, it is.
It's just as coincidental as the keys ending up in your mailbox.
But they
according to
can't
them.
prove anything.
Exactly. That's why they're
Th-
opening
that's
an
why it's perfect
investigation.
crime.
You do think like a criminal.
Yeah. I'm very, very street savvy.
Street savvy. Wow, all this from Mailbox Improvement Week.
You're welcome.
Look at you.
I love when people have like their mailbox on their front yard and it's like in the shape of a dog or a cat. Or,
A novelty mailbox.
yeah, I would never do it because I feel like it's tacky. But when other people do it, I'm like, okay, if that's their taste, that's cool. Or they might just have like the number of the house just sloppily painted on. It's like 5, 6, and then they run out of.
They wrote it with a Sharpie.
Or they run out of room, so it's just like the last number.
Well, yeah, because a lot of neighborhoods, if you're unfortunate enough to have a mailbox on a post, you got neighborhood dicks hitting it with a baseball bat when they're driving by or all that crap. You just put a mailbox on your house, or like Mary and Brian did, cut a giant hole in your house.
Yeah, we did that. It was a bonding project that we did together, actually.
Cut a giant hole in your house, and then you can just slip the mail right through there. If the dog needs to get in and out, he can squeeze himself through.
It's not
Probably
at
a
the
small
ground.
dog. It's
Dogs can manipulate their body in a variety of ways.
When I get home tonight, I'm going to show you my mailbox because you seem to be perplexed.
Lady.
It is not a
Mary,
doggy
let's keep
door.
this
No, I
professional.
understand. You said that you have you said that you have a mail slot in the house. I understand.
Yes.
I
But
just
it's not
don't.
Hey,
at
flashing
ground
us-
level.
slot all over the place.
Listen, you got to make money how you got to make money, man. We can't all be out here stealing items from cars and turning in the keys.
Is it
Yeah.
is the slot at like hip level? It's not at
well,
eye level.
No, it's maybe 2.5 feet off the ground. Not everyone's hips are at the same level, Alan.
So you could conceivably get down there, hit the flap, and look into your house.
No, it's
Because
at
it goes
an
into a
angle.
box.
It's an angle.
And then from the other side of the box, you open it up.
Yeah.
Yes. Like I don't open the part that's in the house and it's just a gateway to outside. It's not like a small window.
That's what I asked. Some people who have the mail slot in the door, you could look into
Yeah,
their
look into
house.
their house.
Yeah, but no, we have like this small part outside that you can put packages in. It's not really a mailbox. And then there's the slot that goes at an angle into the house.
Neat. I think it's neat.
It is. It seems pretty neat. I want one.
Alan, what if someone was trying to gift you their car?
Oh, you blew it.
I really did.
All the more
blow
reason
it.
to walk
Could've
around with the
gotten a
panic
car.
button.
Hmm.
You are the worst. God gives you these gifts and you spit in his face by going to the cops.
Makes
Get
you think
outta
God
here.
is a he.
In my case, I'm projecting, I guess.
Alan, I worked at Heinen's for 5 years. I can't tell you how many lost sets of keys are brought to us. Take them to Heinen's, not the cops. We would look up the customer profile and call them. That's a great idea.
Oh,
That's
that
a
is
good
a good
idea.
idea.
Yeah.
I'm just not smart.
Wait.
And I didn't want to mess with it. I was like, okay, I'll just hand these off as quickly as possible.
You can look. Wait, what does Heinz do?
Well,
Because
they'd
they have
scan
the
the
ca-
thing
yeah,
and you'd
if they
have
have
your
the loyalty
information.
card, yeah.
And then they call you and go, hey, we have your keys.
Oh, okay.
We have your keys. Come and get them. And while you're here, buy some things because we found your keys and this is
You're
transactional.
probably pretty thirsty.
Mm-hmm. You probably need some ribs or something. You need some you need
That's
some
pretty
meat.
You need some ribs. You're very stressed out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
See,
relax. with some
Ribs calm
Ribs are
you
good for,
down?
yeah, they do. Yeah.
Nothing calms you down like some ribs. You get the itis.
That's why when I give away these tickets for the Berea Rib Cook-Off very shortly, that's a calming weekend.
Little
Dude.
snack.
Right? Memorial Day weekend can be very stressful, especially if you have a family,
Mm-hmm.
and it's very exciting and you get blood pressure up. Ribs calm you down.
Ribs
Could you
calm
imagine-
down.
Why do you think life is so slow in the South? Ribs.
A lot of ribs.
Lot of ribs.
Just imagine a world like where when people are sick, they don't have like chicken noodle soup or tomato soup or anything like that.
I have
They're like,
ribs.
I just had some ribs. You know?
Mama, can you make me some ribs? I don't feel good.
Just a half rack.
Half rack.
I got a little slight fever.
I got you some warm ginger ale and ribs.
That sounds so weird, dude.
That's a. I mean,
Just, need
is
just
it
some baby
technically-
back ribs, nothing too crazy.
Please.
Is it technically comfort food?
I think so.
Ribs are comfort food.
I would say they're comfort food.
No one just
I
has
do
ribs
not
for
like
a
ribs.
snack. Like, you don't snack on ribs. That's a
Some people
meal.
do. If you love ribs, people don't, they're too messy for me, but I mean, I like them.
Can you make me some ribs? Oh, I got a headache.
I make ribs in the slow cooker, and then they kind of just fall apart. So it's more like making a pulled pork at that point, and quite good. Love a good set of ribs to calm my nerves.
Calm my nerves.
He's got his tall
He's
cup
got
of juice.
juice and ribs.
Yeah.
Nobody is calmer than Poundcake when he's eating ribs and drinking juice.
Juice is so
He's like a
damn
puddle.
good.
He's so laid back.
Yeah.
Oh my
What?
God, I love juice.
What kind of juice?
Orange juice.
High pulp.
Any juice?
No, not just any juice. Orange.
He likes
juice.
high pulp. He likes to chew his
I
juice.
like high pulp orange juice.
I like
Oh.
Tampico. Like,
Huh?
Yeah.
Tampico?
Yum. Tampico.
Yeah, Tampico.
I've
So
never heard of
good.
that.
Tampico?
Tampico.
Tampico.
I always call it Tampico.
Tampico is the town. Tampico is the drink.
Okay.
Chicago drink, baby.
Ooh. Just
Yummy.
Dude, Brian's daughter is 7, and she's been on a cranberry juice kick lately.
Oh, yeah?
That's why she has no UTIs.
But we're like, where did this? Because she asked for it maybe a month ago, and we're like, you don't like cranberry juice. Like, there's no way that you. And she's like, no, I'm telling you, I have it in my mom's house all the time, which is a fun little thing that you can't disprove. Where she's like, she might be, I don't know, she might be
having
drinking
some
a bunch
cranberry
of
juice, yeah.
But so she's been like asking for it when we go out to dinner and stuff. I think it's just such a strange drink for a child to want.
So that cran.
She's like, I've got a 1975 Ocean Spray.
Right.
She
Ocean
sniffs the
Spray.
glass.
Yeah.
This'll do.
This is a
cran
good
grape.
vintage.
They used to have that in the vending machines in high school, and damn,
Ocean Spray.
Cran grape is
Cran
legit.
grape is good,
Cran
yeah.
grape
I
is-
like cranberry juice, but I can have like a few sips because it's so tart.
very
Well, that's
dry.
the
I
thing.
have, like, just,
She drinks. We get her those little like
Yeah.
4-packs, and she'll drink like half of one
Yeah.
with breakfast.
well, that's her.
I went through.
Rex.
That's her go-to.
Yes.
I went through a grapefruit juice phase.
I like some grapefruit
Grapefruit
juice.
is too bitter.
Yeah,
like
it's
it.
very tart, but I liked it.
I like it in a Greyhound, but I'm not going to drink it by itself.
You're drinking grapefruit juice on the bus?
You know what?
Anybody?
Northfield. I'm going to be in Northfield tomorrow.
June 1st
Yeah, I was trying to
at
find
Foundry Social.
Go to BillSquire.com, get tickets to see me at Spinato's in Northfield tomorrow. I just
All I'm
want
saying is,
Do they make salads with square pepperoni there?
I mean, you can
And
request
half
it.
a head of lettuce?
You can request it. And definitely the
Sounds
half a head of lettuce. It's one of them kinds of Italian places. But
I'm going to take a break. I'm going to come back and calm everybody's ass down with Berea Rib Cook-Off tickets.
hell yeah.
Memorial Day weekend out at the Cuyahoga County Fairgrounds. If you want to text for anything else, 35192, AlanCoxShow.com is where you're